Dons won it. I don't know that about that. As you said, Pickett's been in great form since the move from Dennis Pagan to go in the forward line. One of the highlights about his game, he tackles, harasses, and keeps the ball into that forward line for the Kangaroos.
Quick snap from Grant, and he's put it through for a goal. Great start for the Kangaroos. And away through the middle, Solomon and Barnard, the two targets. Barnard comes up, it's an open forward line. Solomon can run. He's got Hurd and Lloyd ahead of him, each with one man on them, each with a tough job. Solomon went for Hurd, actually went for Lloyd. He went over the head of Hurd, and Lloyd ran into the... And Lloyd, with those cricket pads on his thighs, doesn't stop him from sending it through for a goal. In those circumstances, his kick wasn't great, to be honest, and there's a good mark. Adam Simpson back in the Kangaroos lineup today, using Harvey on his way out of defence. Good kick through the middle, and a long kick forward from Makepeace. Good confidence from Rocker so far. Sinclair roving the pack, had a man running back, Lee Colbert, with the flight of the ball. It was, he dropped it, and Byron cleaned up.
11 degrees in Melbourne at the moment. Should get to 12 if we're lucky. Grant goes to the goal square. Well done. You're guilty. This year, which has been a fair return under the way the Kangaroos do play. 545 career goals is the overwhelming statistic that we often forget. He's a prodigious kick, and he's given the Kangaroos a flyer in the G.
From Jacobs, allowing Johnson to get away. And now the Bombers for Ramanauskas can go through the middle, although that's not a great kick either. McCartney will look to dish it off here by hand. Left foot kick from Sinclair.
That's
in front of Rawlings. It was always on, wasn't it?
Yep.
As you called it, on the face of Damien Hardwick. Here's Rawlings. A big kick doesn't look... Well, it's close. It's got there. Well done.
Start by the Kangaroos. 17-point jump on the Bombers at the MCG. We've played just 10 minutes and they are up and running, and McKernan's killing them out of the middle. The Kangaroos are having a real crack. McKernan works it forward. Suddenly the Bombers are under siege for the first time in weeks. Here's Hurd, dances out of the pack. Handball didn't hit Carousella under the heat. It sits for him now. It's over. And a chance again for the Kangas. Carousella goes again. Johnson weaves the handball out to McCurry, who pumps it inside. Beautiful kick. A cooling kick in the end.
I thought I saw Mick McGawn on the wing then.
It looked like it, didn't it?
55 out, Heffernan loads it up. Goal square, big chance, goal! The Bombers answer in the best possible way.
Carousella and Hurd. Centering kick was an interesting one from Hurd. Tough here for Mercedes. Shannon Grant bearing down. Lalage came through. Well done, Digby Morrell. Got it off quickly. Colbert, long and strong. Henneman and Rocker again. He's too strong.
Too strong.
He's far too strong for
a goal. He'll kick this.
31 goals coming into today. He's covered the distance, and he's got the accuracy as well.
Fletcher's gone to Rocker as Doug demanded, and haven't they had some great clashes over the years? Of course, Rocker kicked 9 on him one Anzac Day in the drawn game. Ball came forward, and Teague takes the mark, showing a cool set of heels early on the youngster. Handball to Motlop, who's playing in defence. Bangs it towards half forward. McKernan, the big fly. Hurd, for the football. The Kangaroos are winning all the for the football contest. Archer towards Watt, kick towards full forward. Sinclair's making a courageous mark.
Free kick too as well. I think Hutchie may have been, the mark was there certainly. You called it right, Hutch.
Had 3 or 4 possessions already. And 2 of his kicks have found key forwards. This one has found its way through for a goal.
He's got the job on Scott Lucas, and Scotty Lucas is yet to have a kick. He's only had the one handball in this game.
Dougie, they're just moving it on at all costs, the Kangaroos, aren't they?
They are. I don't know about that. They're playing on. They're taking chances.
Weaving a passage through was Solomon to Mark Johnson, who will have to be defensive all day on the Byron Pickett. Sinclair's been super impressive early, and he palms the ball magnificently. Releases McCartney, who bangs it long to the goal square to a 2-on-1. Rocker in front, couldn't take it. At the back, Harvey has kicked another one. 7 goals to the Roos.
Yeah, it is an amazing scoreline. Don't adjust your sets. 7 goals to 2-2. McKernan. Hurd feeding it out. Mercedes, poor kick. It's turned out. McCartney thumping it long. Rocker's got to beat 3. No problem.
Have a shot.
He's got McKernan. He's within range. So Sav Rocker guides it. He's covered it beautifully. 8 goals for the Roos.
The Kangaroos 2 minutes. Inside 50, 13-6. Rockers kicked 3. Harvey's had 6 kicks out of the middle. Shannon Grant's had 6 possessions, and they are killing them at the moment. Alessio's been thrown in the middle, but it doesn't matter because Pickett to King, and away they go again. The Kangaroos, it sits for Rawlings, and he's held up momentarily. But they are so full of confidence at the moment. They bang it inside. Another chance. McKernan at the back couldn't take it. Harvey, don't tell me he's in for the other one. They have kicked 9. This is unbelievable. To put this in perspective, the Bombers lost 1 game last year by 2 points and have lost 2 games this year. And the year before, they were unlucky in the preliminary final. They are trailing the Kangaroos, who aren't even in the 8, by 39 points in the first term, and David King and company are cutting them to pieces. Here's Rocker again. McKernan it was, couldn't take it. There's Rocker. Could this be number 4? Creative. Sam Rocker cannot do a thing wrong.
Play had much around him, went for the boundary line, and you've got me saying it now, Jess Sinclair. And what a star he's been in this quarter. 9 possessions from Jess Sinclair. And now McCartney, who's also been pretty prominent, playing on Scotty Lucas. And that man, McKernan, also putting his hand up. And he's within range. He's within range. Will he launch a taunt? The confidence is behind it. And it's a scrubber of a kick right to the square. But they've got the force with them, the momentum. And it's a free kick. It's a free kick to Byron Pickett. The force is with them.
11 goals in the first quarter. Gee whiz.
Here's Byron Pickett. Makes it number 11. And does the jig.
Hurd and Archer. Mercury. Quick hands to Hurd. Who's fallen over. Nothing going right. Mercury sits for him. Ripped off the football. Now Barnard ripped off it.
Pressure.
The intensity has been terrific from the Kangaroos. They've still got time to get another one here. King. Pickett again. Hurd desperate. Pickett clever. Just wheeled it out there towards Rawlings. Goes with the left. And Digby Morell's in the action. Everyone's dipping their bread in it at the moment. Now Sinclair. That didn't quite come out right. He's been a star this quarter. Wheels him inside. Kicked the goal on top of Magnificent.
He has.
That is why he was recruited to Kangaroo Land.
This is just absolutely amazing.
This is a train and run. Hutto Hutchie for the Kangaroos. This is unbelievable. He's had 10 touches now, Jess Sinclair on a wing, and he's kicked 2 brilliant goals. What a sidestep. Carousella, the dummy, look at that. Why wouldn't they be happy about that?
There's still 3 quarters to go.
Can they keep going?
Well, they keep going like this, they'll kick 48 goals.
They've all smashed the record of all time.
I don't think that's going to happen, but how the Bombers will respond will be very interesting. They're not going to have time in this quarter to kick another goal. Maybe the Kangaroos will. He'll have to launch this one and go for home. David King does. It's another behind on the side. He's ruined it. He has ordered the copy on the siren. Imagine if that had gone through.
Well, that's the most unbelievable quarter of football I've ever seen.
Ever. I've never seen 18 years of my time of playing, and now being retired 7 years. That was just sensational football. Hard at it they were, the Kangaroos.
That was flawless.
Oh.
Shannon Grant leads for him. Goes long. Rocker has been tremendous today. He's just been a great target for them. That's his 5th mark and his 10th possession. Even he's too far at the score this time. Teague at the back, McKernan at the front. Alessio almost pulled it down. The big man, Spider Burton, he has kicked another one. Well, maybe it won't stop. Maybe it'll just keep going.
So Southern stand. Amazing effort to be front and square, run to the contest and rove. And if that doesn't prove to you that today's an unusual day, then nothing does. Here they go again, the Kangas. Make peace on the end of a Grant handball. On his wrong side, it goes with the right foot towards Rocker again. Fletcher, that's his first contest he's won. And the jeers from the Bomber supporters or maybe they're the Kangaroo supporters, let him know that he's having a bleak day today. Here's Jason Johnson, their most prolific midfielder. Bangs it a full forward to Lloyd in the box seats.
Great kick.
So a pretty important kick this for Lloyd. That's an understatement. They trail by 64 points, 3 minutes into the second term. And we cringe every time we say that because we just can't believe it either. Lloyd's kick on goal is a goal. A much-needed one for the Bombers. Hasn't this got finals intensity?
Oh. 13-1 to 3-4. Shannon Grant looking to launch it. He didn't. He just waited to kick beautifully for McKernan. This, if they win today, will just be an amazing victory for them. And we really set up their season.
It's home.
That's number 14.
James Hurd's had some 10 touches. He's been pretty good. But normally when they're under the pump, he normally goes in that midfield. He hasn't done that yet. He's just stayed on a half-forward flank. He's been picked up by Glenn Archer.
Special comments from AFL legends, 350-game player Doug Hawkins today. He's never seen anything like this, he reckons. Shannon Grant can kick another one. Don't tell me it's going to sneak in. It has. They cannot miss. 2 goals to Shannon Grant, and the lead is 69 points in the second term. Against the reigning premiers and the undisputed kings of AFL football. Here's Moorcroft from 60, just bangs it in. Lloyd's going to have the fly at the back. He was airborne, couldn't take it. Here's King trying to get the handball away. Carousel are clever. Johnson should kick a goal. Johnson has kicked a goal.
Good pass from Barnes. And Jacobs pushing forward on T. Loops it over the top for Hurd. And, oh, crunch, that'll be 50. No,
Play on.
It wasn't 50. Hurd played on. And then, in slow motion, he kicked the goal in very interesting fashion.
I'd like to look at that. Firstly, whether it should have been 50, and secondly, the kick, which, speaking of UFOs, Hutto, spun like one.
That was very late, wasn't it?
Very late, very untidy work there.
Pretty committed, though, wasn't he, Hawk?
He was committed, very untidy. That is a kick of an absolute champion.
At the moment, by an inspired Kangaroo team intent on revenge and making a grand statement about their season this year. Rocker again couldn't take it. And, well, just suddenly the Bombers have got a tiny bit of momentum all of a sudden. This is where the Kangaroos just got to hold their nerve. Bolton towards half-forward. Hurd again, who's getting into the play. Carousel on the end of it. Goes for Lloyd. Goes for Lloyd and gets Lloyd.
What a handball.
Side which best suits him. And he's sweeping left foot. He's already kicked 2 goals straight today. And is certainly having a stellar season for the Bombers. He leads their marks for the year with 103. And, of course, leads their goals. And has kicked 3 today. And the Bombers have got 3 on the trot.
King takes the mark, and so Kangaroos just being forced to hold up in their tracks here, and what they were doing in the first quarter was just moving it on at all costs. And obviously the Bombers are trying to slow them down here and interrupt their movement. Moorcroft does that very effectively. Lloyd's behind, he's got the ride, and he's got the mark. So here's Lloyd, he's kicked 3 goals, and he's leading them. Well, they like it behind the goals. Lloyd's not so sure, the umpire is.
Oh,
89, Hutto. I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about.
Hawthorn and Geelong.
And Optus Oval, or then Princess Park, about round 8. The Hawks led by 58. The Cats led by 58. And the Hawks came from nowhere, the Kings, and got over the top of them in a shootout.
Gary Ayres went into the centre. Gavin Exel kicked 9 that day, I think, for Geelong.
Well done. Only a frustrated Geelong supporter would know that. Moorcroft to centre wing. Johnson couldn't take it. And has got an unbelievable splash of the different about it, this game of football. Johnson, who's been the key playmaker, and Lloyd's got it again. Lloyd and Johnson, along with her, are keeping the Bombers in. Now, the scoreboard is surreal at the moment, 45 points. And I'll tell you what else is surreal. If Lloyd kicks this, the Bombers will kick 5 unanswered goals. And Lloyd's kicked it, he's kicked 5, and the Bombers have kicked that many on the trot.
It's 15 goals to 8. You'd think the team with 15 would be in the box seat, and I guess they are. But gee, who wouldn't think that the Bombers aren't a big chance now? Johnson gets them going out of the middle again. Lalich went to ground. Hurd, brilliant tackle from Archer. The pressure on. Lalich trying to get it out. The pressure is really on now. Hurd, Carousella, he can launch one. He had the time. He used the time. He used it wisely and kicks a goal. Here they come. This is just amazing stuff. 15 goals to 9, and we're not even at half time.
Well, Jason Johnson once again with quick hands there. You'll see in a minute. Absolutely on fire. There is a handball from Johnson that quickly. We had trouble seeing it, and Hurd across to Carousella. Carousella's been brilliant.
If they win this game, the
Bombers have slammed on 6 in a row after the Kangaroos kicked 8 in a row. Clearing kick into the middle. Solomon takes the mark. Quick kick off the left. Barnes is pushed forward. Oh, he spills it, but gets a chance to recover. Mercury normally works so well in those situations, as does Hurd. Barnard just bangs it under the boot, and Lloyd's going to get another one. He's going to get another one. 6 to the best from Matthew Lloyd. 7 in a row for the Bombers. 10-4 to 15-1. And good luck to the producers who are going to try and put highlights packages together from this game this afternoon.
Beautifully said, Hutto. No doubt about that. I mean, just the quickness of the way the ball's being moved around. You mentioned before, Hutch, this is like finals. No doubt it is. The man that's got the Bombers going is Johnny Barnes in the centre of the ground. He's been had to make the move, Hutch. No doubt about that. McCartney had to go to Lloyd.
The Bombers by just 27. Excuse me, the Kangaroos by just 27. The Bombers have kicked the last 7 goals of this game. Incredible. Barnard bursts through Hamill. It doesn't hit his target, but the Bombers are doing all the attacking. This is fitting of a grand final at the moment. Hardwood to Carousella. Isn't he starting to get the football? Hamill over the top towards Heffernan. Steadies him up. Goes inside. All the numbers forward. Here's Bolton. He should kick a goal. He's in space. Lines it up. The Bombers have kicked 8 in a row. The MCG is jumping, and with 2 minutes left at half-time, what Jeff Walsh of the Kangaroos warned at quarter-time has come back to bite them on the backside at the moment, because the Bombers have kicked the last 8. They trailed by 69 points at the 9-minute mark of the second term.
Well, as we used to say, calling country footy, if you're in the area, get down here now. This is one heck of a game. 15-1 to 11-4. 70 playing 91. The Kangaroos actually kicked 9 in a row at one stage, and the Bombers have come back with the next 8. Absolutely amazing. Harris is in the game, but this man has ripped them apart out of the middle. Deserves a goal. Winds up for another one, and slams it through. Jason Johnson. He's a star. He is a star. 2 goals for Jason Johnson, 17 possessions.
Oh, wow.
And it's only 15 points the difference. And it might be too late for Dennis Pagan to start playing defensively.
Fair dinkum. Someone said AFL football's a bit boring, but gee, this is just one of the great games. Out of the centre once again, the Bombers.
Moorcroft, who looks like he's gone to the ball. Had such a busy quarter. His intensity's been terrific. Simpson bangs it off the ground. They're missing Shannon Grant. His influence. Now he's off the ground. Belted away towards Pickett. Get the feeling the Kangaroos can really just use a goal here to settle them at half-time. Squares it up. Good kick. At the back, Teague. What a mark from the young man, David Teague. The Rod Stewart haircut.
That was Pickett. He just squeezed his body past 2 Essendon defenders there to set that play up. Great play by Byron Pickett. Courageous mark here from David Teague. It's been very impressive.
Not quite Rod Stewart.
Looks like Sean Cassidy.
15 points the difference. The Bomber supporters at that end are booing. His side needs this just to quell the momentum. It's a big kick, and he's come good. He's kicked a goal. They stopped the hemorrhaging at half-time, and the Kangaroos, despite having conceded 9 consecutive goals, take a 21-point lead against the Kings of AFL football into half-time. It's been a half where we've seen 28 goals, 5 kicked, and football at its absolute best.
It's still a phenomenal scoreline, isn't it, for a half of football? The accuracy. They're only behind, coming right on the siren at quarter time. They had to go very painfully short. And Lloyd, well, I thought he was within distance. He obviously didn't agree because he played on. Barnard spotted someone out of the corner of the eye.
Loose checking, that was.
And Jacobs is able to take the mark. Danny Jacobs just kicked the 4 goals for the year. That's pretty good. So the Bombers start with a goal in the third.
11 of the last 20. And they're back in this contest within 13 points, their closest margin since early in the first term. Ball goes to half forward. They're inspired at the moment. Barnard bangs it inside to Hurd, who's starting to cut up Archer. Takes the mark. Mark number 5. Sun in the eyes of Lloyd, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what's in his eyes. Matthew Lloyd, he kicked 1 goal in the first term and 5 goals in the second term for a total of 6 today.
6 kicks, 2, Hutch.
Thank you, Hawk. Lloyd's kicked the goal. 7 kicks, 7 goals.
He's on his own. Fletcher saw him but decided to go with his man Rocker. Didn't go back, didn't push back on that occasion.
That's true.
Fletcher.
Yep, that's true.
I just wonder, Hutto, if there's ever been 22 goals kicked at one end and a half in a game of football before.
Yeah, I was wondering that as well. Not sure. Digby Morrell gets it in there quickly, as they did in the first quarter, and it's effective. And Brady Rawlings presents 7 points as the margin at the moment. We saw him miss one earlier. In fact, he kicked one earlier. And that was very close. He likes it. It's a goal.
McKernan, he must have paid the mark, but he hasn't taken the mark for mine, and it hasn't gone enough.
No, he paid
in the back. Has to be in the back.
He paid the free. It was a shocker.
It was incredible. Could be important. Pickett to the goal square. Chance at the back.
Oh, McKernan.
And the front, McKernan screams at himself, says, that's what we ought to do.
He's got to do this sort of stuff, and he just did it beautifully, Corey McKernan.
It's a terrific look, that, isn't it?
Corey McKernan runs in and kicks his second, and the Kangaroos answer. They've snuck away to a 19-point lead.
Playing out of the square for the Kangaroos. Jacobs works it back. McCurry. A lot of players around the footy. And he finds a man. And that was a good kick for Ramanauskas.
Handball's over to Fletcher, who signals that he's going long and goes in that direction. Johnson worked his way to the front. Free kick, I reckon. Play on to the umpire, Mercedes.
Great
kicks
kick.
the ball forward. And Lloyd's taking the mark. A little bit of confusion there. And this for number 8 for Matthew Lloyd. He makes no mistake. The Bombers are still coming. Didn't sit for Pickett. And the Bombers are a chance. They've got all the numbers. McGrath, he missed Jacobs when he needed to hit him with a handball. That was costly. But Heffernan butters up well and kicks to half forward. It's cut off by Shannon Watt. He's had a bleak day. He really has found it tough today. But he's lifted here. Sinclair, short pass, doesn't quite hit Archer, who's followed Hurd all day and may have gone forward. Archer's kick was a beauty. And Shannon Grant, well, you give him some sort of chance from here. He's got a man on the goal square, and it might go through. It doesn't. Sinclair marked it on the goal line.
Fair enough, though. He had to be sure.
Well, may he rue that, because he'll get pulled around on it.
He's a left footer. He should be right.
An awful angle.
It's a pretty tough angle, isn't it?
And the men on the mark to the side there, you see Heffernan very close.
Very close. Umpire's called play on.
10 metres.
He kicked it anyway. Sinclair's put it beyond doubt. He's kicked his third. What the Kangaroos have managed to do. So it's not such a free spirit, free-flowing game. It still is by normal accounts, but not compared to the first half. And that's going to be to their favour. They can just play man-on-man football and hold on from here. They can win this game, but the Bombers will keep coming, and keep coming they do. Get out of my way, says Jason Johnson. Gave the big Donahue and kicked the goal. Burton won the hit out. Jason Johnson, the umpire's found a free kick for holding, and he's found it the way of the Bombers. And Brent Harvey can't believe it. seemingly against him, to Mark Johnson. And the replay will tell the tale here.
That was it.
Gee, very soft. I mean, he had his hand, but I mean, anyway, very soft, I thought.
Important one for Mark Johnson, the man who wears the #1 Guernsey. Can bring the Bombers within 7. And he has. Just on three-quarter time, the Bombers come again.
Well, it's back we have to ask the question of whether the Kangaroos can withstand what is going to be fierce pressure from the Bombers. Lalich has done a good job for them in the middle. He's just started to give them something out of the middle in this quarter. Nice work from Solomon. Gets it in quickly. Alessio back on the ground. The big man's got it. Not paid. Cleaned up by McGrath, and he kicks a goal. It's a one-point ball game at the MCG. What a comeback by Essendon. From 69 points down, they've got back to 1.
Since quarter time, the Bombers have kicked 16 and the Kangaroos have kicked just 7. But somehow the Kangaroos still lead. Grant bangs it inside 50. They love just to buy a goal here. Lucas is having an impact. McKernan can have a bigger one, and he kicks it. He's kicked it.
Well, he needs to keep on going, though. They all do. Carousella darting out of the middle. Pretty good stuff. They've got an extra man back in defence now, the Kangaroos. That's David King. He's trying to make it difficult. Lloyd dived to ground, left the ball behind. It's not out. They're pushing and shoving. The ball keeps going. Motlop handballed to a contest, which is unusual. Carousella has had an excellent quarter. Went backwards even further. Barnard conceding ground all the time. He takes it away though, Morkoff. Quick kick, and now they can go. McGrath, release Mark Johnson. He's got it in there quick. Alessio's tall. Hurd's great, but Alessio. Free kick? No,
Free kick to Hurd. You're right. Huddo, you're right.
So Hurd to have a shot for goal. And again, the margin is back to 1 point at the MCG.
They're probably stacked in their favour now. They can get over the Kangaroos. But the Kangaroos have got a rare type of intensity and spirit that can't be crushed. Harris, so cool, the youngster there. Watt, who's gone forward.
Got to kick this one.
We'll find out what he's made of here. Shannon Watt from 48 metres. Deliberate kick. He's kicked it. The Kangaroos answer again.
They've played some great matches over the years. We saw Lloyd and Carey in a big shootout here about 3 years ago. It was terrific stuff. Today, Lloyd's kicked 8. Kangaroos aren't finished with yet. That's one thing that's for sure. And the Bombers will certainly keep on coming. Paul Spargo lookalike David Teague got the ball forward.
Whoa.
Byron Pickett, well tackled. Free kick's been paid here. It's going in. No, it's going Kangaroos' way. It's going to Byron. I tell you what, he can kick the ball. It's probably just out of his range. 50. It's a 50-metre penalty.
The Busick language probably there. Joseph Johnson having a crack again now as well as Mark.
How costly is that going to be? Very handy indeed as we close in on three-quarter time. Points is the margin.
6 goals, 13 points. It's a classic arm wrestle at the MCG. A game they will talk about for years to come. Burton and Lalich, who's now in the ruck. Important play this with 56 seconds left. Simpson almost reached Makepeace. He does well. Handballs to the advantage of his own player in Sinclair, who sits and waits, harassed off the football. Kick inside. Rocker's got to go. Cochrane almost pulled something out of the clouds. Couldn't take it. Lalich, cool-handed, gets it across to Johnson, who bangs it on the left, and maybe they'll reach three-quarter time. But Simpson, who's just come back into the side, keeps going. And a chance because Rocker's within his zone. 55 out, loads it up, heads for home and kicks. 8 points. Went too early with the call.
Absolutely one out of the box. And it deserves a great last quarter. Barnes against the big man Burton. The Johnsons have been pretty good, particularly Jason. That time it was Mark. McGrath released the handball. Thump went Barnes. As good as a kick. Young Teague working overtime. Solomon has been excellent as well. Off the left, Lloyd. He's got 8. And now he's going for the... What a player he is. If it's possible, somewhat underestimated. He's just an absolute champion. And champions kick goals in big matches. and he's kicked 9 of the best. The most match of 93 between North Melbourne and Sydney, and likewise 51 when Geelong beat St Kilda in round 7, 1989. On both those occasions, 51
They've coughed
goals.
it up, Hutto, sorry. Harvey to pick it. The kick-in wasn't good. A chance for the Kangas. Handball at the back. McKernan tries to hit Simpson with a handball. Could have gone inside and didn't. Was dispossessed, and the Bombers are away.
It was like he was dazed there. On the rebound, Barnes floating the hand pass. Mark Johnson, he loves this. He could have gone himself. Instead, he gives it to Ramanauskas. And they had a lot of momentum.
Tackles. Had the ball turned over from the Kangaroos. They were going forward. Pickett was one, McKernan was another, and Adam Simpson was just the third one. Brilliant play by the Bombers.
He hasn't missed this year, Adam Ramanauskas. He slips over, but he still kicks the goal. That is an incredible shot. Three points the difference at the MCG. The Bombers come out with the first 2 of the last quarter.
Just great play here from Johnny Barnes too. I thought he was going to play on. David King came out to meet him, but the quick hands from Barnes to find Mark Johnson, who set that one up for Adam Ramanauskas. As you called there, Hutto, he slipped over. Did it beautifully.
Barnes for the 2 22s. Good hands. Good work from Sinclair. They're under pressure. The turnover's on. Here they go. Caracella dragged down. Immense pressure on all players with the footy. McCurry learned about it. His kick was ordinary. Sav from one step. Thumps it down long. Shannon Watt. He's been strong. Couldn't take the mark. Shannon Grant. He was a star in the first half. He slips over and the kick was not where he wanted it to go.
He had 2 on the other side.
He did. He had 2 over there. McKernan was one of them.
Lucas goes out wide and finds Hardwick.
And the Bombers go again to Johnson. That's Mark Johnson. As Hutto said, he has been a key contributor in the second half. Rawlings invented something then, was clever. Sinclair went again to Rawlings, who banged it onto the boot to centre half forward, and Harvey will take it. 55 out. He's got to go quick, Hawk.
Got to move it quickly. They'll flood back now, the Essendon defence. Too far out, obviously, for Brent Harvey, surely. He likes his chances.
He's going to go to the square with a taunt.
Oh,
and go to the square with a torp. He does. Makes the distance. Gets the accuracy. Brent Harvey has kicked a big goal. Just on his torp after training every week at
the Kangaroos today.
Kangaroos practice the torps far more than any other side.
Comes handy, doesn't it, sometimes?
Came in very handy there. Barnes has led his opposite, number 22, to the ball in Burton. Takes the mark, hurries the kick. That was poor, but it bounces well for Johnson, who takes off, says, get out of my way again. He's so determined and so cool, this bloke, and he could answer and kick a goal. He has!
Lots of time left for more drama at the MCG. 23-7 against 22-8. Spider and Barnes, Solomon from the side. Every clearance so vital. Barnard, Caracella, McCurry, been pretty quiet today.
Oh,
that was excellent work. Kept it. So Gary Moorcroft. What a year he's had, and what a kick that is under pressure. Essendon are in front. 69 points down they were. 9 minutes into the second quarter. 69 points down. We've gone 16 and a half minutes in this last quarter. McKernan thumped it back. It's in the danger area. Jacobs clears it. Here's the young kid. Teague. No free kick. Harvey takes it back. King crunched as he kicked it. Again, he gets Sinclair this time. Oh, he fell over. He gets up. He gets down. He gets up again. He gets knocked down and kicks it long to the square. They need a mark. Sav couldn't get it. Quick kick went nowhere. Shannon Motlop just couldn't get the ball to boot in any sizable fashion. And now Barnard on the rebound. Gives it to Hurd, who gives it into the middle of the ground, looking for the man who's kicked 9. Matty Lloyd, keep it moving. Caracella, dribbling kick. McCurry, brilliant stuff. Corey McGrath passes it for Alessio. It doesn't matter. He didn't touch it. It went through for a goal. Oh, that's a massive Dennis Pagan. Sav Rocker playing up in the middle of the ground. He's still playing as a forward. They've all pushed up. It's on 50. Alessio tried to knock it centrally. Carosella got himself clear, got himself steady. The post is wobbling. The ball's gone on the inside. The Bombers are flying again. Blake Carosella kicks the goal. And it looks like the avalanche is coming.
Well, he's kicked 2 now, Hutto. Blake Carosella. He's had 25 touches as well, 3 marks. He's just been a brilliant player in the midfield, has Blake Carosella. You might be right.
For the first real time in the game, the winner looks Essendon. And the Kangaroos have got to try and invent something to get back in the contest that they led by 69 points, but still they come the Dons. Carosella, Moorcroft, been so important. He's kicked another one. Can you believe that?
They are an irresistible force, aren't they, the Bombers? Corey Jones.
Motlop's on.
Corey Jones looked like, you're right, Hutto.
He's still on.
Yep.
No, he doesn't go to him. David King is a big kick of the footy.
Ooh, bit far.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have a shot. Good kick, good kick.
Great kick.
And they're certainly not out of it if they can kick this goal. It's away to the right, but he likes it. He's up, he's bounding. He's kicked the goal. And that's 4.
Got the ascendancy. They lead by 13 points. They did trail, we must repeat, by 69, but the Kangaroos work it forward. If it sits for them here, Rocker squeezed a handball out. King wants to take this game by the scruff of the neck, gets it to Sinclair, dances inside out, bangs it on the boot if it sits. Well done, Pickett, handball over the goal square, McKernan with number 5, they're coming again. Burton and Lalich, won by Burton, it comes to King, who's got himself back into the game, kicks to a contest, you're going to have to go, Corey does! He takes a big mark! Yes, taken 8 marks,
11
kicked 5
kicks.
goals and had 13 hit-outs, and had the chance to put the Kangas within 1. This could be a landmark moment in Corey's career. High to score. Puts them within 6 though. 2:45 left on the clock. They so needed a goal.
Great mark, wasn't it, in the pack, Corey McKernan.
Blake Carosella with the ball now. Essendon are going to start doing the short, chipping, holding on to the play. They can see their time clock shows 29.5 minutes. So the Kangaroos have to man up. They have to man up. There's still a lot of time.
He's taking his time.
Now the umpire's got to be smart here and tell him to kick, and he does. So Johnson will kick it to the boundary line, or close to it. Lloyd the target. Hurd. Around the line it goes. Moorcroft, let it go. Blake Carosella. It's all over now. The Bombers might just about be home. You wouldn't think they could lose from here.
Finds touch over the boundary for a throw-in. 32.5 minutes gone in the final term, and gets it for an amazing rule from the Bomber faithful. And the siren sounds.
Yes, emotion, I think, will be the word from everyone involved. It's been an amazing day. They started off absolutely brilliantly, the Kangaroos, but the Bombers are such a champion team. They're trying hard. The clock is counting, and the game is over. One of the best ever. One of the very best ever matches played on this magnificent ground over more than 100 years of football. And Kevin Sheedy has brought his team back from where no team has come back before. 69 points they were behind in the second quarter. And the gallant Kangaroos, without their captain in Wayne Carey, without their premiership stars in Mickey Martin and Anthony Stevens, they got out to a huge lead. 69 points, but somehow the Bombers came back. And how would that man feel, Dennis Pagan? He'd have to be proud, but sad and disappointed.